Welcome back everybody to another Tears of the Kingdom video. I said that this would be coming when I did my 20-hour impressions, that I probably wanted to make another video between 50 and 80, and then I'll do a third when I've beaten the game and I can recap my adventures there. Well, you can tell by the title, I'm far beyond 50 to 80 hours. I'm about 100 hours in according to my Switch time, and it's mostly been 100 hours of pure joy and thrill and ecstasy and surprise and any kind of good synonym and adjective that you can think of. The game really has been that good. In fact, it's been so good that I think this is already my #1 game of all time. Haven't even beaten it yet, but just the experiences that I've been having in the game and the feeling that it's given me feels a little bit like an old game. Certainly it is a modern game, but a lot of the thrills that I got when I played games as a kid and the excitement I had for looking around corners, getting into the depths, getting up high and scouting out the area. The nice thing about Tears of the Kingdom is all of those things mattered. They mattered in Breath of the Wild too, but they matter so much more here. Alright, I've gotten a little bit ahead of myself already. I do want to state for everybody listening, don't worry about spoilers in this video. If I have to refer to anything quest related, I'm going to keep it very vague and very brief, because I don't like having surprises ruined for me either. Now, let's keep on talking about how good the game is, and on that note, how much has been added to it, how much more there is compared to Breath of the Wild. There are more main quests, more side quests, more NPCs. These are things that I kind of complained about with the first game, NPCs especially. Why couldn't there be a little more interaction on the world? Why couldn't there be more interaction even in the villages and the towns? We get more of that in Tears of the Kingdom, no doubt about that. We have more areas to explore. I talked about that before, how a lot of mountains have been hollowed out, and there's the caves, in addition to the obvious underworld and sky world. I'm just calling it that. There are more enemy types, and a lot of them are nice to see because they're throwbacks to past Zelda games. And on that note, so many references to the older titles. I know there were a lot in Breath of the Wild, but I didn't necessarily pick up on them there. I thought I may have gotten a few from Skyward Sword, like Star Fragments, but I didn't realize the goddess statues were from Skyward Sword as well. So it's nice just picking up on a lot of those. But also I'm noticing there's more from Ocarina of Time. There's more maybe from even Majora's Mask. There's probably so much more that I haven't even picked up on. So when I finally beat the game and when I'm finally not worried about spoilers and having surprises revealed, I'm going to go look up a bunch of those videos online and just take it all in. Just enjoy what a good job Nintendo has done on this game as a tribute to a lot of the past titles. And speaking of looking things up online, no thank you. I already made the mistake of watching a couple other videos with people's first impressions. And what was in one of them? A couple of abilities that I didn't have yet. Actually, many abilities that I didn't have yet. I didn't even know that there were more abilities that I could acquire. And sure, when I compare it to Breath of the Wild, it makes sense. These are kind of substitutes for what that game had. But I just wasn't even there yet. And I was about 70, 75 hours into the game. These are key things in this adventure. These are things that you're maybe expected to get 20 hours in, possibly less. And I've just had so much fun progressing this game at my own pace, being in my own little world, getting more involved in the Korok seed hunts. Like I said before, experimenting with combat, finding new ways to beat up on the enemies. All of that stuff is so fun in this game. And I know some of you have your gripes with combat. I've read a few of your comments, and I can sympathize. But I'm just not experiencing it, at least not yet. The silver enemies are starting to become a little bit tougher, a little more like damage sponges. But you know what? That's when you reach into your inventory. You bust out more materials for fusion. And think of it as a trade-off. I might expend a black or a silver upgrade or a component to make myself stronger, but I'm going to get at least 1 or 2 in return when I beat that enemy camp. So I'm not too hung up on the quantity of the materials that I have. I've been pretty unrestrained in my usage of a lot of those items, and that's made the game more fun for me. When I compare it to some RPGs that I play, I'm not sure if what I'm dealing with is a finite amount of any particular item. I don't know if I have finite quantities, or maybe in the case of Elden Ring, you get more of something, but it requires New Game Plus to get more on the world replenished. Tears of the Kingdom, to my knowledge, no finite items, so I'm just going nuts. Yeah, you might need a little more time to farm them or what have you, but who cares? I'm enjoying the farming. I'm enjoying every aspect of this game. And so I want to ask all of you who are watching this right now, how are you enjoying Tears of the Kingdom? Is it, like it is for me, going to be your favorite or the best game you've ever played? Is it something that maybe Nintendo's disappointed you because you were expecting more in one aspect and you're not getting it delivered? Let me just say, I mentioned in one video on my channel my dream game. I didn't necessarily have a complete dream game in mind, but I mentioned a few things that I would like to see built off of Breath of the Wild, because I thought that that was the perfect foundation for how to make the next best game of all time. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but I am going to say one of my predictions in that video came true in Tears of the Kingdom. Did not expect it at all. Again, this was something like 50 hours into the game. I had just been progressing on a particular storyline because someone was asking me, hey, have you done that yet? Hey, have you done that yet? I said, okay, fine, I'll do this for you. And then when something was bestowed upon Link, wow, I was right. It was cool. Anyways, watch my dream video, my dream game video if you want to see maybe what that is. So that's it for this video. I just wanted to use this as another opportunity to gush and to praise this game, to just revel in it, take a pause from actually playing it and reflect on some things. And I can use this little moment now to update you all on what's to come. Clearly, more Tears of the Kingdom. It's so rare. Well, I mean, this channel hasn't been along for very long, but Tears of the Kingdom has its own playlist on the channel. I'm finally going to get more tips and tricks out. I've just really been revising my lists of tips and categorizing them, scrutinizing them. Like I said, because I'm not looking up things online, I don't know what's out there. I don't know what people are recommending. But I'm pretty sure that a lot of the tips that I'm coming up with, because I'm revising them constantly, these are some good ones. I'm sure I'm going to give something unique for the people who are waiting for ways to play this game a little more effectively. So that's it. And in between Tears of the Kingdom and afterwards, of course, you'll get more discussions. The ranking video for Final Fantasy did really well, so I got to get to some other games and other series and be able to make more ranking videos in those series. Yeah, that's it. Tears of the Kingdom, fantastic game. Probably going to be my #1 of all time for quite a long time. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Hope you're enjoying the game if you're still playing it. And I'll see you in the next video.